Live from the virtual lounge in cyberspace, it's Beats and Eats. A happy hour for the mind, featuring the best in conversation and pop culture, food, music, movies, comedy, you name it. And you'll never know who'll be dropping by to pay us a visit. And what would a show be without a host? Hey, we've got two, Ty and Nick Gelso.
The virtual lounge is open. Ty, Nick Gelso, and another edition of Beats and Eats. No guest today, just Ty and Nick talking. And Nick, I've got to tell you something. You made me laugh the other day.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, no, I know.
On Facebook, too, no less. It doesn't happen very often. Screw you.
Well, I'm not on there very often.
Yeah, right.
You
Okay.
and I, we were talking about movies, especially with our movie critic, J.W. Colwell.
Uh-huh.
And I had mentioned I had gone to see La La Land, and I thought you were about ready to throw up.
I'm just not. It's a personal preference. I'm just not a musical guy. Don't like musicals, and I have a hard time with what's his name in a musical. Oh, come on.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. Come on. He's just not the and I hear he was wonderful.
He's terrific.
Yeah, I heard he was.
He's absolutely terrific in this film. I have to admit, I walked into La La Land. First of all, the movie is named La La Land. That's enough right there to put up the stop sign for me. But Michelle was picking up, wanted to go. I haven't been to a musical, I think, since what's the last musical you went to, Nick?
Oh my God, Jersey Boys.
I went to see Chicago. Remember with
Jersey Boys. Jersey Boys.
That was a musical, but that was more a drama, I thought.
It was,
even
but
though there was music in it.
It was just so good. But yeah, I mean, it's still in the musical category, but there's much more talking than music, which is fine with me.
Yeah. Before we get going into this conversation, it got me thinking about musicals when I went, and it got me thinking about you a little bit because you're such a huge Queen fan. Not that this episode's going to be about Queen, but they're very operatic, right?
Right.
Very, very over the top in some ways. And I mean that in the kindest of words.
Right.
So it just kind of reminds me, they're theatrical, is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
That's why I would think you would.
I saw their musical.
Exactly.
Was good. Yeah, their musical was good.
Exactly.
No, I'm just not in it. It's not I'm really tough with films, Ty. You know it. Like, I'll put out there on Facebook, I need a suggestion for something to watch. P.S. No comedies, no musicals, no, right? You know, so I have all these. I'm not a comedy guy. I don't like musicals. I really like a certain kind of movie, like historical dramas or some crime. I don't like action. You know, it's now that everybody knows my taste. Love Star Wars, but
that's action.
Phenomenal. You need to see it this weekend.
No, I will. I can't see it this weekend. This is a sports weekend, let's face it. We've got Celtics Clippers. We have the Super Bowl this weekend. And while I'm not a tremendous fan of the NFL, I will end up watching that game. Before we get rolling here, Nick, let's give out our Twitter handles. I'm at Coog88.
I'm at CLNS_Nick. And even today on a Friday, TGIF, it is still tricky.
It's at Beats, the letter N Eats, and we always love your interaction with us on Twitter, and we're getting more and more by the day. So, La La Land, Nick, I got to tell you, pretty close to the best movie I've seen all year. Seriously.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. The production numbers in this film are absolutely stunning.
Then I'll have to watch it. The colors I heard.
The colors are amazing, and I'm kind of a mid-century Mad Men kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan Gosling's clothes, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the costumes, the singing. Yeah, nobody's going to mistake Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone for great singers, or for that matter, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. But it's good stuff, and I highly recommend you see it. And I just wanted to know why you don't like musicals, because I was really surprised by this, although I had been to previous musicals I enjoyed. This one really kind of blew me away. Every
time I go to Broadway and here in Manhattan, and I go to see a musical, I always fall asleep.
What's the last play or musical you went to go see?
Maybe like see Live. Maybe Rent.
Oh, great.
Maybe? I slept during the whole thing. It was so hot in there. Oh, great. I'll go and take another nap. It's good for my sleep patterns. You mentioned sports, Ty. big weekend for us Boston fans. You know, you got the Patriots out there in the Super Bowl on Sunday. Lakers coming to town to play the Celtics tonight, Friday night, while we're recording this. And then Sunday, Paul Pierce coming back to town.
Yeah, that is a big deal. And I've heard other people say they regret the fact that Pierce is coming to town on a day when the Celtics happen to fall on a day when the Patriots are playing in the Super Bowl. Now, having said that, Nick, I don't know if it's tradition or what, but I always remember as a child and as a teenager always watching Celtics basketball,
yes, Super Bowl
prelude
Sunday.
To Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Always.
And
it was great because it was a very early game.
Yeah, it got you primed up.
West Coast.
Yep,
yeah.
And it was early. It's always early here. I mean, obviously earlier on the West Coast, but it's usually a 1 or 2 p.m. start, and it always seems like there's a skeleton staff at the Garden because – meaning as far as press goes, because they're all at the Super Bowl with the Patriots the last decade, you know, and so it's usually a skeleton staff. I mean, I'm catching my flight tomorrow morning up to Boston, and I'm expecting a huge media presence at Super Bowl, obviously at Super Bowl Sunday, but also at Paul Pierce's return. The NBA media will be there because it's not only Pierce, but it's Doc Rivers and the Clippers as well.
Sure, and you have to wonder, too, the Super Bowl is the biggest sporting event in the world. Blech. I regret to say that because to me it's all hype, and the league has just – you and I have done shows on this where we just think the league is just not so fun, but it's gotten better. And I wonder if it's – yeah.
All I know is – wait 1 second, keep that thought. I pray to God – and they will. I believe they will. I don't want to jinx them, but I pray to God the Pats win, and Roger Goodell has to hand that trophy over to the Patriots after all the hell he put New England through over Deflategate.
Oh, that'd be awkward. About as awkward as Pete Rozelle giving the Super Bowl trophy to the Raiders and Al Davis when the Raiders left Oakland for L.A.
Or as awkward as Alan Tipper Gore's kiss.
Or as awkward as Donald Trump and Barack Obama.
Or as awkward as Donald Trump trying to dance with Melania. That was very awkward, wasn't it? Let's do a segment, Awkward Moments, this week. And there were quite a few. There were quite a few this week, Ty. We insulted our one of our best allies in Australia.
On a phone call.
You know, I mean, what has the government, I don't know, has digressed to where they're now having battles on Twitter with foreign leaders, phone calls, and they're, you know, it's a three-way call. You know, Jared Kushner's in the Oval Office on the other side of the line on mute. You know, it's just like it was on high school. He's battling with the Prime Minister of Australia. I mean, it was like, again...
It's Australia. Come on now. It's not like you're going toe-to-toe on the phone with Putin, with Russia or China.
No,
come on.
No, but at the same time, Australia has always been kind of like a punching bag, right? They started as a prison colony for the UK. Yeah. Then the UK for decades sent all their low-lying, lower-tier people there. Now, Australia's become one of our biggest allies, but
Absolutely.
I wouldn't say that Donald Trump needs to pick on Australia. I mean, I kind of felt bad for Australia in all this.
Yeah, actually, the Prime Minister of Australia handled it pretty well.
Handled it very well. Very
come on.
well.
If we're going to have phone calls like that from the White House, it's like pick on people our own size, right?
Yeah,
what's next?
Yeah, I mean,
picking on Antarctica?
No, you know what's next? Wait a minute. Our national security advisor walking out to the podium in the White House press room and just saying, "You're on notice," and walking away to Iran. I mean, and then it's of course, President Trump likes to, not give away what his plans are, not telegraph them. So why don't you freak out the entire population of the United States and hurt the economy? Please make us all more scared than we are, because I'm on more Xanax than I've ever been before in my life. I go to bed, I wake up, I have heart palpitations because I'm listening to MSNBC all night long. That may be my first mistake.
Yes, you need to tune to CNN where the Trump administration isn't allowing a representative to speak on.
Oh, but big time boycott. Speaking of boycotts, Ty, Reddit shut down their alt-right group. Bannon must be having a complete heart attack. Do you think Donald Trump is going to pick up the phone and call Mr. Reddit and reenact the alt-right group?
Reddit? You have to wonder. It's crazy times.
Big news.
You want to talk about awkward, though. awkward moments, National Prayer Breakfast, Donald Trump. I don't mean to bash Trump. This is pretty humorous, though.
This is great.
National Prayer Breakfast. And he
Pray for The Apprentice.
Schwarzenegger's.
I'll tell you what.
Apprentice.
I am not a Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, not in movies, not in government, but his response was
killer.
Perfect. I mean, from calling him Donald instead of Mr. Trump, he diminished him right from the beginning to right down to pretty much saying that he'd be a better president. And you know what? Sadly enough, I just got done saying I don't like his politics. I would vote for Arnold over Trump if I had to do it all over again. Now, we don't know, Ty, right? It's 2 weeks.
I have to laugh. You just do. What did we expect, right? What did we expect?
Yep.
We wanted to shake up the system. Well, here you go.
Well, we really did. And I mean, the other thing is, too, Mark Cuban, I don't know if you saw, he was on the other day. Tremendous, as usual. And he had a really good point, Ty. Only 6% of the population uses Twitter.
Only. Right. Absolutely.
I mean, that's still a tremendous lot of people, but 6% of the people, I wouldn't say registers as what Donald Trump would call bigly. It's not a huge audience on Twitter when you take it in regards to the population of the United States or the population of people who are watching cable television who are highlighting all of Donald Trump's tweets. And Mark Cuban said very, very easily, he said very, very calmly, matter-of-factly, it's not Twitter. It's not Trump tweeting. It's you, CNN. It's you, MSNBC. Because you keep putting his tweets on your lower third splashes. So no one would know he was doing it because only 6% of the population actually have Twitter.
It's an echo chamber. It's not like there's a Trump Facebook group out there, right, with everybody who voted for him.
I'm sure there is.
It's Twitter.
Yeah, it's Twitter.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I just give Donald Trump an idea to get a Facebook group?
No, you just talked about what just got shut down, the subreddit, alt-right subreddit on Reddit. That was the group.
It's just craziness right now, and it's only going to get worse. Just wait to the Supreme Court nomination. It's just
I kind of like him, Ty.
Yeah, I do. I hate his politics.
I hate his politics too, but it's an even trade with Scalia. If he's fair, like I think Scalia was in many cases, in some cases he wasn't, but if he's fair, I think that it's, let's put it this way, it's not Steve Bannon.
But I'm surprised Steve Bannon wasn't
nominated. That's what I'm saying. It's not the guy who owns WikiLeaks. You know, I mean, so we actually picked somebody that...
Julian Assange. I think he would get arrested if he came into the country.
Would. No, they'd have to do it via satellite to wherever he is, somewhere in the Ukraine or Russia. But
wherever he is.
Yeah, Ty, let's take a moment. Now that we've just completely trashed today's politics, let's talk about something that tastes good. It makes you feel good.
Makes me feel good. Actually puts me at ease after watching network news or cable news. It's Blue Apron, Nick. It is the greatest thing ever, and I should know because that's all I'm eating right now. It is the freshest meal. Oh my goodness!
All I do is every time I seem to talk to you, you're now to the listener, to our newer listeners, those who have been listening for 4 years. You all know Tyree is not the chef,
not a cook
in this broadcast duo. Well, all I've been hearing about are entree names that, quite frankly, I would have been serving in my fine dining restaurant back when I was a restaurateur in my 20s, because you are creating this intricate stuff like chicken stir fry, cashew chicken stir fry, tango mandarin oranges, and jasmine rice. I mean, you're serving African cuisine at your house there in Tacoma.
I know, it's great. So there I'm making the peanut sauce, Nick. I'm making the peanut sauce.
I think that's great. A Blue Apron didn't send it to you as a knick-knack?
Well, no, of course they did, but I'm making it. That's my point. The meals are inexpensive. They're fresh. They're delivered to your door. What more can you want? Blue Apron, you got to try it, Nick.
Yeah, cooking together creates great family bonds. You can hear that by Tyree and his wonderful lady, Michelle, cooking together. And believe me when I tell you, in the past, that used to cause great arguments in the Tyree household. And now it's a great family bond. And research continues to show that Blue Apron families cook more together, 3 times more together, Ty. That's you and Michelle. Lots of fun out there. And I'll be honest with you, you're seeing Blue Apron advertising everywhere. And I've got to be straightforward. This podcast and all the podcasts on CLNS Radio are supported by our sponsors. So if you've been at all curious about Blue Apron, please give it a shot and don't take a risk. Use our promo code.
Yeah, that's great. That's Blue Apron at your door.
That might be Blue Apron getting delivered. It was the mailman. But yeah, get 3 free meals and free shipping. BlueApron.com/beats and eats. I can't tell you how tremendously helpful. It is bigly helpful that you support our sponsors.